Hello and welcome back to part 2 of making turkey hot dogs. Now in this segment I'm going to show you what I did wrong, and I'm going to be stuffing my hot dogs using these cellulose casings, and I'm going to show you the sous vide cooking process. Now after I figured out what I did wrong, I was able to fix it and I won't do it anymore. So let's get started. All right, this is my coffee bar counter, and this is the only little space where I can actually attach my canister to. I have the way this kitchen's set up, there's no place for me to attach my stuffing canister. So I'm going to be working with the 32 millimeter cellulose casings, and they come in rolls just like this, and they fit perfectly on the stuffing tube. Put it on there just like so. And as the sausage comes out, the cellulose casings will come off the tube just like that. So let me get my canister filled up and we'll get started making some hot dogs. In this clip, the next few steps are going to be self-explanatory, and I had a mishap during this time too, because you'll see closer to the end where my clamp came off and the stuffing tube was sliding all over the place. So I can see right now that I'm going to have to go and get my stainless steel work table so I can do my sausage and make my hot dogs in peace without all these little mishaps. All right, so as always, sit back and relax and watch me work. Okay, after fighting with that doggone thing, I decided to give up, and you'll see what I'm going to do in the next section to finish it off. This is all the meat that I have left. And here is the issue that I ran into, where you can see the sausage around the edge underneath there. And that's not a good idea to have raw meat under there, because there's no telling when I'm going to use this again. Alrighty, we're on the home stretch. And I apologize for the camera angle here, but I'll explain to you what I'm doing. And what I'm doing, I'm twisting the hot dogs. So these are working with a cellulose casing. From everything that I've read, you almost have to, well, you do have to tie them up with kitchen twine like I'm doing here. And otherwise they'll come undone. And if you've ever worked with collagen casings, you'll know what I'm talking about. So, when I'm working with hog casings, you can just take them and twist them one way and then take the next link and twist it the opposite direction, and they stay together. But these, you have to tie them up with kitchen twine, which is what I'm doing here. And see, that's a nice sized little hot dog. I don't like them skinny hot dogs because I end up putting 2 on a bun anyway, so might as well make them a little bit bigger, right? So I'm going to continue on with tying them up, and I love the fact that I can use my kitchen twine and make them all uniform. You can make them as long as you want to. You can make them as short as you want to, but this is a nice size. And when I make my hot dog buns, I'll make them exactly this size, because you got to have the bun the same size as a hot dog, right? Well, that's just my thing, okay? So let me finish up here, and we will go on to the sous vide process, which is the fun part. And for my kitchen twine, I have it in a old plastic jar, and I poked a hole in the lid. So I put my kitchen twine in there. I always know where my kitchen twine is. It's always clean and sanitary. And this is just an easy way to keep your twine, other than letting it lay loose in a cabinet somewhere. Not a good idea. So find you an old jar and put your kitchen twine in there. Call it a day. All right, me with my stubborn self and not liking all the aggravation I was going through trying to finish this project, I went to my garage and got my stainless steel table so I can finish this project in peace with no aggravation. I should have taken off as much of the casing as I thought I would use for the project. And I can pretty much figure out, what I need for a 5-pound batch. So you see here, I'm taking it off like I should have, and end of story, aggravation solved. So this should be enough for me to finish my project. So let's do this. Oh, having my stainless steel table here, I'm such a happy camper. I should have left it here. I did a big project for Super Bowl where I made about 20 pounds of sausage. And after I got done with that project, I put the table back in the garage, which I should have just left it in the house. Now I'm going to put my cellulose casings back on the tube, and then we will get this party started. Now, I pulled off enough of the cellulose casings where I think I'm going to need, but if I do need some more, I'll just pull it off the roll. And I don't see any more sausage around the edge here, which is a good thing. And I don't see any more inside. So that means that I got, out what I needed. So yeah, I'm okay with that. So let's get started and finish up this project sometime this year. Okay, here we go. Let's finish up this last little bit. And it is so much nicer having my table. This table is about, I think it's 5 feet long. So I have lots of room to sprawl out and let my sausage crawl as I'm stuffing them. And this is going so much easier. I mean, only thing you have to do with these cellulose casings is hold it see where I'm holding it at the stuffing tube? That way it'll keep it from, I can fill up the casing as tight as I need to and not have it come off too fast. So all you have to do is just hang on to it, and hey, this is a no-brainer. Look at that. No problems, no blowout, no twisting and turning. It has lots of space to move around in, and I can't move the camera because I got both of my hands busy, but you understand what I'm talking about. I'm just going to let it run the length of the table, and when I get to that point, then it's done. So I have a little bit left over in the tube after I take this out, and you'll see what I'll do with that in a minute. And here's what's left in the tube. So I'm going to make me a little makeshift plunger. You've seen me do this lots of times. And just with my chopstick, I'm going to push that meat out of there. And I'll say, keep this out and make me a breakfast sandwich with it in the morning. And just push it right on out of there. And we're good to go. All right, when I get finished with taking all this sausage out of my tube, I'm going to tie these up and then we'll be ready for the sous vide process. All of my hot dogs are tied up and ready to go. I have them in vacuum sealed bags. I have my sous vide cooker heating up to 145 degrees, and I will be cooking my hot dogs in 145 degree water bath for 2 hours. Now, one thing about sous vide cooking that I absolutely love is just another form of slow cooking. You just set it and forget about it. Well, me with my absent-minded self, I set it and I totally forgot about it, started doing something else, and I should have came back and checked on it, but when I finally got back around to checking on it, I had 1 hour and 10 minutes left on the cooking process, and you notice some of my hot dogs are floating on the top of the water. Well, I'm not going to worry about that because at this point they're pretty much as done as I want them to be. They're not going to be completely done, but that's okay because I will be cooking them. Either putting them on my grill or cooking them however I'm going to cook them, and they'll be good to go. So I'm going to remove them from the water bath. Now be very careful with this because that water is going to be 145 degrees and these bags are going to be hot. And I have a bowl of ice water here, and I'm going to put them in the ice water to stop the cooking process. And I'm going to remove them from the bags here in just 1 second. And these look pretty doggone good. I loved when I opened the bag, I didn't see a whole lot of moisture in the bag. So that's a good thing because that means that my hot dogs retained the moisture and there's just a little bit of moisture in the bag right here. And I'm okay with that. I can live with that. So these are going to be some juicy, juicy hot dogs. I'm going to let them set in the ice cold water bath for about 10 minutes or so. And then I'll start peeling off the cellulose casings. And you can see that dark spot there, that's the hot dogs that were floating on the top. Oh, that water's ice cold. See the things I do for you guys? I'm taking one for the team. Okay, we are finally at the end, and this is the best part, taking them out of the cellulose casings. Now what I did, I cut the end off, and then they just slide right out of the cellulose casings just like this. Super easy. And I'm going to lay them out on a paper towel, let them dry off, and then once they're completely cooled down, I'm probably going to put them in the fridge after I take them out the casings, just for a few minutes, and then I'll put them in the vacuum seal bags. And I'm going to package them in packs of 2, because that's all I'm going to eat is 2, probably have 1 for lunch and 1 for dinner. And these things, I'm telling you, they already smell good. They already smell super, super good. And let me show you what they look like on the inside. They are super juicy. Look at this. Look at that. And the one thing about making your own hot dogs, you know what you have in them. You know, there's no mystery meat. You saw exactly what I put in my sausage. Turkey and spices. That's it. No added fillers, no artificial coloring, none of that stuff. Just natural goodness right here. And I'm going to lay all these out on the paper towel. And like I said, put them in the fridge for just a few minutes and let them finish completely cooling off. And making hot dogs, yes, it's a lot of work, but it's a labor of love. You know, and you know what's in them. They say that if you knew what was in those things that you buy in the store, you probably wouldn't eat them. Well, I don't know how true that is. That's just what I heard. But I can tell you, I know what's in my hot dogs, and I know how good they're going to be. Now, when I cook them, I'm going to cook them till they reach the proper temperature of 165, and then I know that they're going to be completely done. And that little guy right there, I might have to just eat that one today before I put these up. But I will make another video of my breakfast sandwich that I made the next day. And I made my breakfast sandwich with 2 pancakes and an egg. And it was super, super good. Really, really good. All right, well, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me and watching me cook these turkey hot dogs. And if you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you'll be notified each and every time I upload a video. Give this recipe a try. Your family and friends will absolutely love it. And you all, please stay safe out there. We're still in this thing and it's not over with yet, but we're getting there. We're turning the corner on it. So be safe, and I will see you when I see you. Be blessed and keep on cooking.